Yo, what's going on, guys? GZTV. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I just got done building a Lego set, which I'm probably going to continue after this. I want to get it done. It's just going to be so satisfying to be able to wake up tomorrow and have, like, the Bugatti, like, sitting at my table over there. That's going to be sick. So I think after this, we're just going to try to finish it up. We got to get all the details on it and whatnot. So, yeah, we're just going to talk about the NBA right now and then get going on that. I kind of lost track of everything. Basketball's done. Stream's not done yet. We're just going to do that after this. I got to make my schedule and whatnot. It's fine if I get like 7 hours of sleep. I just have a quiz tomorrow and a lecture, so I'll probably have a decent amount of homework. We'll try to get on stream to react to new music. We'll have the weekly track roundup coming up. If Babytron makes a good enough album, we will we'll go through that. So let's just talk here about the 6 basketball games that took place. My Celtics played once again on a back-to-back. First back-to-back in a while. They've gotten a lot of breaks this year. But, yeah, they played the Nets. You know, they pull away in the fourth. They beat the Nets by 11 for their 5th straight. No Kevin Durant on one side, no Jaylen Brown on the other. So, I mean, at first when you watched, you were looking at this like, oh, it's an uneven matchup until there was like a really late, announcement that Jaylen Brown wasn't going to be able to play, and so it made it more even. Great job for Marcus Smart getting into Cornet for alley-oops. Tough finishes from Malcolm Brogdon to help us get us a big lead. In crunch time, Jason Tatum hit some tough shots. Marcus Smart, he was passing the fuck out of the basketball, and I loved it. Jason Tatum, 20 points, 11 rebounds. You get 16 points and 10 assists out of Marcus Smart tonight. That's really about it. It was a pretty simplistic victory, not a whole lot needed. On the other side, 24 points for Kyrie Irving. Off the bench, you get 20 points for TJ Warren. Is bubble TJ Warren going to come back now that KD is kind of out of things? I don't know. But, yeah. 20 points, for TJ Warren. He shot 40% from 3, 50% from the field. Guys like Ben Simmons, I do appreciate the 13 assists and whatnot, but guys like him and Edmund Sumner definitely need to put a little bit more work in. I don't know what the hell happened to Sumner. He was playing for a little bit, and he got taken out of the game. Maybe they need to utilize him more. But if those two would have came out and put up 5 to 10 points each, I think this game went a lot differently, but that's just my opinion. Moving on to Thunder, Sixers, kind of a romping. Crazy enough. I mean, the Thunder are fighting for something here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scores 37. The Thunder beat the 76ers by 19. I got to text somebody that showed a lot of support to the channel. It's always nice to get compliments about the channel. For a team that scuffled this season on the road, the Oklahoma City Thunder sure did look like a playoff team in Philly, and they could possibly make a play-in. Josh Giddey was making tough shots. He was heating up late in this game, and he was allowing them to kind of pull away. Tyrese Maxey was hitting tough shots. Georges Niang was hitting some shots. So was Shai Gilgeous. I mean, this is a great game for the Thunder. They played fantastic. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 37 points, didn't miss a single three. Josh Giddey ended up with 20 points off of 33% three-point shooting and 50% from the field. So, great job there. Looking at the Sixers side, 30 points and 10 rebounds for Embiid. Not much more he could have done. James Harden put up 24 points and 15 assists. He's starting to become underrated. His role is kind of going under the radar in this league. He shot 50% from 3 in this game. PJ Tucker going scoreless. You have Daniel House on this team. You have Matisse Thybulle. You need to utilize those guys. Those are guys that need to go out there and score 5 to 10 every game for you. Those are guys you need to band together. And maybe the defense wasn't so good in this game, but obviously Embiid and Harden, it's just, Thybulle, Matisse Thybulle, Daniel House, and PJ Tucker need to play a little bit better. Bucks and Heat. The Heat are kind of faltering. That's kind of an overreaction because they're still one of the best. They're still a top 2 to top 3 team in the NBA, but I don't know. Shorthanded Heat rally. They top a shorthanded Bucks. They won by 6. The Miami Heat were shorthanded, and so were the Milwaukee Bucks. So it was a pretty even matchup. It was a pretty good game. Makes for a good game. It's pretty scrappy basketball. Without Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Heat were able to outlast them. When obviously Giannis could have been there late down the stretch and got some more shots to fall, but Gabe Vincent with some great passing to Jimmy Butler finishing at the rim. Victor Oladipo putting some nifty moves on defense and scoring. Bam Adebayo was throwing things down. Again and again, I mean, he was getting out there. He was dunking all over people, so that was pretty entertaining. Jrue Holiday, 24 points, 11 assists. He shot 75% from 3, 70% from the field, but obviously no Giannis. I'm blaming this more on guys like Beauchamp. I'm still not really familiar with Margin Beauchamp. I don't remember watching him play in college. I'm not sure what college he went to, if he even went to a college. He might have been a G Leaguer, but a guy like Beauchamp needs to be out there and be a 5 to 10 point scorer. That's really my problem with him, that side. And looking at the Heat, I mean, I don't know how they were shorthanded. They had Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. That's not an accurate stat or accurate headline. But 17 points, 11 rebounds for Jimmy Butler. This team was rebounding the fuck out of the basketball. It was crazy. I mean, my God, 24 points, 12 rebounds for Bam Adebayo. You get 28 out of Gabe Vincent. These guys are playing really well right now. 12 points and 10 rebounds from Maxters. 4 good performances without guys like Tyler Hero. This team is looking kind of nice. They started off the season with a bunch of injuries and on their way to a bumpy road, but man, they were able to get some shit done here, weren't they? Moving on to the Hornets and the Raptors anyway. Pascal Siakam scores 35. The Raptors beat the Hornets for their 3rd straight win. I mean, both of these teams are still garbage in my opinion, but man, good scoring from both Pascal Siakam and Scotty Barnes. They've won 3 consecutive games for the first time this season. This is the best they're looking all year. They won by 10. Pascal Siakam, tough shots. Same with Mason Plumlee and Cody Martin. OG Anunoby was passing the ball, and so was Mason Plumlee. So Mason Plumlee made a couple of plays. Mason Plumlee has upped his game. I will give it to him. I think Mason Plumlee's been playing some really good basketball this year. He had 16 points and 15 rebounds, didn't miss a single shot. You get 32 points out of LaMelo off of 40% three-point shooting, and you get 21 from Scary Terry, 50% shooting. This McGowan's guy off the bench, he definitely needs to play a little bit better for this team. Wait, what the hell? He didn't even play any minutes. What the hell happened there? He got in for a slight second. Maybe guys like him and JT Thor and Cody Martin and Nick Richards and Nate Richards, however you say it, Dennis Smith Jr., those are guys that you need. I mean, really just JT Thor, Caleb Martin, Nick Richards, Dennis Smith Jr. I don't really care about the McGowan's guy because he didn't really play. But looking at the Raptors, 35 points for Pascal Siakam. Didn't miss a single three-pointer all night. Scotty Barnes put up 21. And, yeah, the Raptors rolled to a win. And it helps that, obviously, they've played this team a couple of times in the last few. But, yeah, Mavs-Lakers. One of the better TNT games we have seen all year. This was a really good game. I loved it. Luka Doncic hits 2 big three-pointers. The Mavs topped the Lakers by 4 in double OT. Luka Doncic hit a tying three-pointers in the final seconds of regulation and the first overtime. He was scoring the ball. He was rebounding. He was passing the ball. He does every damn thing for this team. He is he is a workhorse. He does everything for these guys. Great victory. Outlasting LeBron and the Lakers is huge. Very dramatic game. This is the most dramatic TNT game since that Celtics-Lakers game. The Lakers are always at the butt end of dramatic games. Big three-pointers for Luka. Double overtime finish. LeBron James, Luka sharing some respect at the end of the game. I mean, Luka's having a LeBron-like career trajectory, so I'm pushing for him. He's going to be a legend, guys. Once he gets that first MVP, that's it. He's going into the stratosphere. Spencer Dinwiddie in overtime was throwing shit down. He was so aggressive this game. I really liked how Spencer Dinwiddie played. He was dunking over people. I mean, Christian Wood, 24 points, 14 rebounds off of 33% from 3. Again, for the people that say Luka doesn't have help, I mean, Tim Hardaway Jr. had 22 points. He had 2 guys scoring 22 plus, and obviously Luka is the guy here. 35 points, 13 assists, 14 rebounds, 50% overall shooting, which is very hard to do when you're damn near a primary ball handler for a majority of the game. But LeBron James, 24 points and 16 rebounds, not a great shooting performance setup, but I can push that to the side. He gets a lot of the shots. Russell Westbrook off the bench. We need more games like this out of Russell Westbrook. They lost, but I mean, Russell Westbrook putting up 28 points off of 50% from 3. When do you see that? Not so often. I mean, guys like Juan Toscano Anderson, Guys like Sterling Brown, Cole Swider, you need to give those guys a little bit more opportunities to help this team win games. If Sterling Brown would have got a bucket or two and Toscano Anderson would have got 5 to 10 points, this team would have won. But very good game nonetheless. Let's talk about the Cavs and the Trailblazers. No one's talking about Damian Lillard putting up 50 because obviously he lost. But Ricky Rubio returns and the Cavaliers down a struggling Blazers by 6. This Blazers team isn't looking fantastic at all. They're not looking good. Donovan Mitchell scored a good deal. Ricky Rubio played in his first game since a knee injury more than a year ago. They rallied in the fourth quarter. They were able to get ahead. Donovan Mitchell is such an aggressive player. He's so smart. He follows his shots, which is something that a lot of young basketball players should learn. And he threw it down. Since the ACL injury, Ricky Rubio scored his first bucket of the game. And it was a pretty special moment. He probably thought he was hardly ever going to play basketball again, let's be honest. Darius Garland and Evan Mobley, great connection there. Halftime buzzer, Donovan Mitchell gets an and one tough shot. Jusuf Nurkic hitting some tough shots. This was a very good game. There were some good-ass games in the late window. I have expressed my complaints before that we don't get good games in the late window all that often, and we do here, so that's really nice. But looking here, the Cavs, they had 24 points and 10 rebounds out of Jared Allen, 20 points and 10 assists out of Darius Garland. He shot 67% from 3 and 26 from Donovan Mitchell. Looking at the other side, you get a 22-point performance for Jeremy Grant off of 50% shooting. You get 12 points, 12 rebounds for Jusuf Nurkic off of 60% shooting. 50 fucking points. Damian Lillard puts up 50 points in this game, and they're not able to win. And, I guess I can just tell you why real quick. It's guys like Josh Hart, it's guys like Drew Eubanks, it's guys like Gary Payton, Shaedon Sharpe, Jabari Walker, their new draftee. These guys need to put some work in. If each of them got an extra bucket in this game and gave the Blazers that extra push they needed, they would have won this damn basketball game. But shout out to Dame. I'm just gonna give him credit. This is a great game for him. And the man's averaging, 27, 4, and 7. He hasn't lost his touch a single bit. He is still a premier point guard in this league. So leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I really hope that Dame can lead his team. Friday, I think we have a fuck ton of games. Yes, that's awesome. All right, sick. Tomorrow there's some really good games. I'll talk about them real quick before we end the video. There's not a lot of great games, actually. Nuggets, Clippers, that'll be a good game. But I guess I